Before I introduce our keynote speaker, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you on your collegiate accomplishments. Today, we are gathered to celebrate the culmination of your time spent here at the University of New Hampshire. I hope we will all remember our time at UNH as one that provided us with amazing opportunities, unique challenges, and fond memories. As Eleanor Roosevelt put it, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. I encourage you to believe in your dreams and to claim your future. As the daughter of a military officer, I am extremely honored to introduce today's keynote speaker, the Army's Deputy Chief of Staff for Intelligence, Lieutenant General Mary Legere. Lieutenant General Mary Legere graduated from the University of New Hampshire in 1982 with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and was commissioned through ROTC as a second lieutenant in the Army's Military Intelligence Corps. From there, Legere graduated from the Army's Military Intelligence Officer Basic and Advanced courses and earned a master's degree in military science from the United States Army Command and General Staff College and a master's degree in strategy from the United States Army's War College. Legere has served with distinction in the Army for over 30 years. Her impressive career includes assignments in Germany, the Republic of Korea, Iraq, Fort Carson, Fort Hood, and the Pentagon. Her command positions include Battalion Commander with the 1st Cavalry Division at Fort Hood, Brigade Commander in the Republic of Korea, and Commanding General of the United States Army Intelligence and Security Command, which is the Army's largest intelligence and security organization with more than 17,000 soldiers and civilians in over 180 locations around the world. A combat veteran, Legere has been deployed in support of Operation Joint Forge and Operation Iraqi Freedom, where she served as the Deputy Chief of Staff for Intelligence. On the 2nd of April, 2012, following 26 months as the Commanding General of the United States Army Intelligence and Security Command, Legere was promoted to Lieutenant General and selected to be the Army's Deputy Chief of Staff for Intelligence. She is the Army's authoritative expert for current and future operational environments and security challenges. She is also responsible to the Secretary of the Army and Chief of Staff of the Army for overseeing the readiness, modernization, and development of the Army's Military Intelligence Corps. Please join me in welcoming one of our very own from UNH class of 1982, Lieutenant General Mary Legere.
President Huddleston, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, friends, family, and graduates, and the members of the UNH volleyball team, which was here today and obviously is taking a break. Good morning, and thank you for inviting me to be here with you today to represent the alumni of UNH commencements past and to share in this wonderful celebration for all of you. I'm deeply honored to join such a talented, good-looking class of graduates, although well, look, guys, when you're at my age, you really can't see that well, so that may not be a compliment. But I do have to tell you that having gone from the class of '82 now to the class of 2013, I got really depressed when I realized that none of you were born when I graduated from college. I must also admit something to all of you, that when I received the envelope with the UNH logo on it, I reflexively panicked, as you will do for the rest of your lives. Because in 31 years in the Army, 23 jobs, 18 moves, 5 continents, 3 war zones, one husband. All right, there have been discussions about others, but one husband, one name change, and honestly, a prolonged enrollment in the Witness Protection Program, I thought surely I had finally outrun the UNH registrar's parking and late library fee statute of limitations. But apparently not. For those of you who clapped, I'm guessing, and I'm just going to give you one more opportunity to stand up. Everybody who has a parking fee or a library fee in their history, please stand. What's funny is your parents stood up as well. All right, look, I have to tell you this. I've been an intelligence professional for 30 years. You're welcome. And I have to say that our registrar, had they pitched in to help the intelligence community in the hunt for bin Laden or Jimmy Hoffa, we'd have found him a lot sooner. You have to know something about the registrar and just get it into your brain housing groups. They're relentless. They're gonna find you. They're gonna track you down till the day that you die and thereafter, and they're still coming after that parking fee. Deal with it. In fact, should your parents, and this is shameless, but should your parents give you yet another envelope of money so you kids can go out and have a good time, go over and see the registrar, because I'm gonna tell you something else that's pretty sad. You won't get your diploma unless you clear those fees. So that was my first impression. I was happy when I did finally open the envelope, and I had a member of my staff do it, actually. My second thought was actually concern for all of you, because I not only went to UNH, my father worked for UNH. I grew up 5 miles from here, and I know something about UNH commencement addresses. They're to be avoided. Because it's long been a tradition here at UNH, and the faculty thinks it's a great idea, but right now I'm one of you, correct? So the faculty goes out of their way to find poet laureates, they find former presidents, they bring in economists that have one eyebrow, they find actresses who may or may not be through rehab, and they bring them in and they say, give them 2 hours, they paid a lot of money for this education, let's make them suffer one more time. So in other words, if you don't suffer in this ceremony, you aren't getting your money's worth. And so I'm gonna tell you about my commencement experience just to make sure I can bring this point home. There I was with you, class of '82, same robes, same, we didn't take them to the dry cleaners, thank you very much. We're all reasonably sober. You guys obviously excelled. Just coming in, the waft of alcohol sort of knocked me off my feet. And we're all out there, and I can see it now, you're collectively dying of heat stroke as you speak. And we're all in this polyester robe, and I gotta tell you, up here it's great because you're in the shade and there's a breeze, but down there I knew. And like you, I was just trying to figure out, when is this ceremony gonna be over? So our speaker that year, and I want you to hold on, could have been the Bee Gees, could have been Bono, but no, it was the Honorable Paul Volcker. Now the only people, and that surprises me, the Whittemore School of Business, you should know who he was. He was the, there we go, chairman of the Federal Reserve. And for the record, he was a great American because he was doing really, really important work on curbing historic rates of inflation, which is just what you want to hear about when you're graduating. So they brought him in, and that was UNH's definition of a good time. So I don't remember anything that he said, except that I was just praying to God he would finish. And then at some point, the president got up, and she wasn't as relaxed and good-looking as our president, got up and actually said, right? Okay, that's a little unnatural. He's a lot older than you. But actually, she got up and she said, hey, pipe down. You're graduating. You need to know what inflation is. So when I got the letter, I gotta say I wasn't exactly thrilled to know that I had passed from one of the more interesting people that I meet every day to somebody that's dull enough to be invited here. And I was pretty sure that I couldn't deliver that dull and substantive speech that you all paid for, so I was gonna pass. But then these great folks on the commencement committee told me, no, we like this class. So you can attempt to keep their attention for about 5 minutes, but beyond that, it's anybody's bet. So I was given these instructions, so just follow me, because you'll notice after 30 years in the military, if I do something well, it's follow instructions. First, they said, get up here. second, they said, get up here even if this great vice president mispronounces your name, which she did, but I told her I'd go with it. It's really okay. Throughout my career, I told her I've been called just about everything. People now at this point just say ma'am. But anyway, get up here and tell everybody how wonderful they are, how wonderful you are. You guys are wonderful. Tell you something quite sincere. Hi, how are you doing? They're on camera. Hi. Tell them something that the faculty really doesn't feel, but just make it sound sincere. They're gonna miss you. And also tell them that the world is waiting. The world is waiting, but so are your Newark's reservations, so I'm gonna pick up the pace. And then, because you are in fact in charge of a 58,000 intelligence corps and know something about taking over the world, tell them some blah, 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 blah about that. So I'll do that because that's why they brought a general here. They're worried that you might not understand that. So I'm gonna do that. So that's the reason I'm here, and I'm really thankful and thrilled to be here. I've actually heard good things about you because my staff has Googled each and every one of you, and we've done in-depth investigation. Your social media sites are not exactly, let me say, if you want to be covert agents in the future, we have problems with this class. But I'm going to try to give you a kinder, gentler, less torturous commencement experience and just ask you to bear with me. And I really am sincerely proud to be here. Before I go much further, I've already recognized the first group of people I totally relate to, which is the parking fee group. I'm with you. And you know, it's quite sad because I am the daughter of a UNH employee, so I had a faculty sticker and still managed to get tickets. But I would like for a moment to ask the men and women of the UNH ROTC programs, both Air Force and Army, to stand up. I would like all veterans. To stand up. Anyone in this class who has served in the military, stand up. I would like all of your parents who are veterans who have served in the military to stand up. And I want to thank all of you for your service. And I want to thank all of you for your commitment to this country. You know, when I walked in today, there was a gentleman with a Korean War hat on he was probably wearing his baseball cap. He's somebody's grandfather. And 60 years ago, that conflict ended. And this year, we're going to recognize those veterans and welcome them home. So to you, sir, we salute you. You have been our example. Now, I'm also going to admit one more thing, and this is for all the people that are sitting next to those great-looking officers who just stood up. Last week, or a few weeks ago, when I was at the Pentagon doing what people at the Pentagon do, worrying about the budget, Syria, Afghanistan, just a few things, the UNH ROTC Army seniors came by to see me, which was great, because my West Pointers couldn't believe that anybody from UNH could have a haircut that schrack. So we sat down for a chat, and they were just marvelous cadets, and they said, ma'am, the only thing we're worried about is we know our people. It's possible that when you're talking, they're not going to be paying attention. I said, look, you're not responsible for that. I am not only a graduate, I am the wife of a graduate. I am the sister of 2 graduates. I am the aunt of a future graduate. I know you're not paying attention. You got those $25 Ray-Bans on, and you're thinking, lunch. What am I going to do for lunch? Or, you know, I don't know about these sandals. What do you think? Do they look good? I got it. But in any event, what I told them was, look, guys, the only thing I'm going to guarantee you is you may not know a lot about the Army, but Lieutenant General and Lieutenant like the universe apart. And I'm going to make you stand up during that ceremony at some point, and then I'm going to know where you are. And if you so much as blink and take your eyes off me in this ceremony, I'm going to personally reach out and kill you. So, everybody who's on the left and right, because these are some very good-looking people, and I got to tell you, it's always good that the Army gets good-looking people because it looks better on our posters than having old people. So please keep them awake. To the lieutenants, again, I am sincerely so proud of you. I've had a chance to come and see you throughout your development. You're fantastic. But right here, keep your eyes right here. No blinking, no bathrooms, no nothing, no complaining. Stay alert, stay alive. All right, to the rest of this magnificent class who can listen or not, I want to say congratulations to you. You sit there surrounded by your friends, and I know that you're thinking of so many of the moments that have made your life so special. I hope for a second as you're just dying a heat stroke here. Don't worry, there's a lot of great medical professionals in this class. And they all happen to be girls, so you should have sat over there. You're feeling faint, aren't you? Bear with me, buddy. Okay. I hope that you're thinking about it. Look, you're not going to be able to come back here too often because I'm serious. The police here are going to keep you on an APB till you get your fees paid. But I hope you're cherishing the memories. I hope you're thinking about how beautiful this campus is. And I hope you understand the pride and relief of your loved ones, your parents, as you celebrate the end to this important chapter in your life. You know, every one of you has a million memories and a million thoughts right now, but I sincerely hope you're really proud of what you've accomplished. Because today, no matter what grade point that these people made possible for you, no matter whether you had to take Animal Foods and Man, which is on record as the easiest course possible, but one of the best, had I gone to it, I would know that. But you're all college graduates today. At least until the UNH registrar tells you you're not. And so today, you join less than 1% of the people on the planet who are lucky enough to come to a place like this, to attend a great college, and to be part of a wonderful student body that will be with you for the rest of your life. You are now responsible of building on this university's legacy, which has produced so many positive leaders in so many great professions, and sent so many caring and principled people into the community. You're there now to do great work and make a difference. So congratulations to all of you, and I mean that sincerely from all the old alums. I hate to tell you this is as bad as 52 looks. They don't really encourage plastic surgery in the Army. So you gotta try to stay in shape. But as you go, I do know, because I can sense it, you're grateful to your faculty, you're grateful to your administration and to the staff that have done so much to make this 4, 5, 6, 7 years meaningful. I know because I saw the way you turned around and really did try to find your parents and your grandparents, that you are appreciative of them and you love them and thank them for their encouragement and support. And I know because I can see the bonds between most of you who are sitting next to your best friends, the big BFFs that you promise you're gonna call, or let's face it, the roommate that you've never liked, but you're gonna go together one more time. You know, you can change your email address as soon as you leave here. But I know that you're thankful to them as well, because it's been their encouragement and love that has inspired you to explore and discover the kind of person that you're going to become. These are all amazing gifts, and you shouldn't take them for granted. Now, for the advice that I would give you on how to take over the world, now would be an appropriate time to take out a pen, because this is free, but I'm not providing a transcript afterwards. Aside from pleading that you take care of the parking fees because you need that to get the diploma, I know that because I actually had to have my father go argue for the release of my diploma as a lieutenant. Kind of humiliating, but I'm sharing right now. I tried to imagine what I would have said to the 21-year-old that in 1982 sat there, and what I'd say by extension to all of you. Like many of you, I sat in this audience listening to the blah, 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 blah of the commencement speaker, the aforementioned Paul Volcker, a great American. Just really inflation on graduation, sure. But like many of you, I had a plan, and my plan involved earning a commission in the Army, getting branch military intelligence, and serving my country for at least 4 years while I explored the possibility of a career in intelligence and foreign service. And while the speaker droned on, I gotta tell you, because I can see it in some of you already, my mind was already gone. It was already at Fort Bragg, which is where I needed to report within a couple days of graduation, and where I would begin the first of 31 years in the military. You know, as fortunate as I felt, and I'm sure you feel, to be graduating, and as fortunate as I felt to be receiving a commission in the Army, I was still really racked with anxiety. I was hoping that I had what it took, not only to get to North Carolina, because from somebody from New Hampshire, that's a long way away, particularly when your parents give you a loan for a Plymouth TC3. I was hoping I would get there, but more than that, I was hoping that I had what it took to develop as a leader and to earn the trust of the soldiers that I would be in charge of. I was hoping that I had what it took to take care of the important mission that I would be giving. And I had a lot of anxiety that I hadn't done enough. But in the 31 years since that graduation weekend, I can honestly tell you, those are the exact same thoughts I have before I start any new job. It's natural that anxiety fuels you to performance. I just didn't know it then. I wish I had. So what I'm going to tell you is this, and what I would have said to the 21-year-old me: look forward to what's ahead and don't worry so much. Accept that life is going to be a series of detours and unanticipated challenges and unexpected opportunities that I urge you to trust yourself to take. If you have anxiety that you haven't fully prepared yourself for what's ahead, don't worry, you haven't. You're just going to have to go out and do your best and bring the confidence and strength and support that you've gained here in these 4 years, because ultimately you will figure it out. And if you're worried about making mistakes or failing, don't do that either, because you're going to make 1,000 mistakes. And it's like death and taxes. It's going to happen. You can count on it. Accept it. Embrace them. And as long as nobody gets hurt or you don't end up in jail, you understand mistakes are the things that you can use to make great jokes about yourself and tell wildly inappropriate stories to your kids when they grow up. But what I will tell you is endeavor not to make the same mistake too many times. So learn from them and then drive on. Because you have to know that success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. And when you're lucky enough, like I am, to leave UNH as a 21-year-old and find a life and work that you enjoy, that allows you to push beyond your limits every single day and to work with people that you admire and love and to contribute to something that's greater than yourself, then go after this with everything you have, because this is the secret of a happy life. I want every one of you to gravitate toward responsibility, understanding that the more you try, the more you take on, the stronger you become, the greater your capacity, and the more opportunities that are going to come your way. Remember, ultimately, leadership is action, not position. So no matter what miserable job you're going to have when you leave this place, no matter what position you're finally hired for, know this: you always have the opportunity at every level to be a principled, inclusive, and enthusiastic leader, precisely what UNH has attempted to teach you. So seize the opportunity. So whether you are beginning a career in marketing or as an educator, a professor, a medical professional, a nurse, again, guys, next time you graduate, know where the nurses are. Whatever it is that you're going to go off and do, Know that you can be a leader of ethical action in your workplace, in your family, and in your community. And you can be known forever as someone who is regarded not just for what you accomplish, but for the lives that you touch and the people you help. There is a saying that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. I would urge you all to leave this university with that idea in mind. And now as you embark on this professional and personal journey, know this one thing. The story of your life and who you're going to be is going to be written as soon as you drive away from this campus. All the details in the paragraphs and chapters may still be undefined, but your character, your values, your commitment to each other and the community as a leader will either be evident or absent. So I want you to think about this and what people say about you and what they say about your leadership and who you are and what you mean to the community, and live your life accordingly. In your final year here at UNH, I know that you've experienced the highs that come with coming close and knowing you're going to achieve your goals. But I also know this class has experienced the incomprehensible and collective anguish of Newtown and Boston, and have reeled like the rest of us with the senseless cruelty, while also marveling at the quiet heroism of so many ordinary people whose courage and selflessness propelled them to run toward danger, putting the needs of others before themselves. You see, through these tragedies, as is often the case, we see man's capacity for good, which calmed all of us and inspired us. Instead of growing cynical, insular, or more violent, we saw the best of us rise above it, and we're reminded that evil can only prevail when good people fail to act. So while your road to defining yourself, while you're on that road, I want you to remember some ordinary citizens that provided such an unbelievable role model for you, some of whom were your fellow students that we've recognized today, who ran toward danger to assist people they'd never met, saved lives, and in the process, restored our hope in each other. I want you to think of Victoria Solo, a beautiful 27-year-old teacher from Plastow, New Hampshire, who on that fateful morning of 14 December at Sandy Hook Elementary did what she was born to do. She protected the lives of her 6-year-old students from a gunman, hid 7 of them so that they could live and return to their parents. In a moment of instinct, in a moment of courage, she made the difference. I want you to think also of Specialist Ross McGinnis, a 19-year-old kid from Knox, Pennsylvania, who was a young soldier like all of our young soldiers. He was on his first deployment in Iraq, and he was riding in a turret position in an up-armored Humvee when a grenade was thrown into his vehicle. Shouting a warning to the 4 soldiers riding in the vehicle with him, and realizing they couldn't escape, he dropped down and in an instant threw himself on that grenade. He sacrificed his life to save his fellow soldiers. Their fathers today, their brothers, their husbands, their friends. Described as a big-hearted young man with an irrepressible sense of humor, he never had a chance to get to UNH. But in a moment of instinct, in a moment of courage, he made a decision and he made a difference. He died at 19 years of age as a Medal of Honor winner. Please applaud his memory. And as you're thinking of the people that you're going to become, I want you to think of Carlos Arredondo, Steve Filio, and your classmate again, John Dana, who, like so many in the streets of Boston, found themselves rushing to the horror of the badly maimed, uncertain another explosion could take their lives, but determined to help them who were so badly wounded. In their moments of instinct, in their moments of courage, they made the difference. like the Sisters of St. Charles and Cameron Lyle, and the other UNH students who so selflessly act to make our world a better place, we all can find inspiration and role models in the people sitting next to us. By their actions, these people are heroes and leaders. So when you think about your life and who you're going to be inspired and worthy of these examples. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that service is the very purpose of life. What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters than compared to what lies within us. Dare to live your life and dare to live those dreams that you have for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true, but live life with integrity and purpose. Find work that you love. Surround yourself with people that you respect and people that you inspire. And in moments of instinct, in moments of courage, bring to your community and to our nation everything, all the best that you can contribute. Class of 2013, thank you for everything. Go out and conquer. Thank you very much.